Captain! Over here!
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. Though I was a bit caught off guard when the commander of the Vanguard asked me how things were going as I was headed up the elevator. Hadn't realized you were UC Navy this whole time. Hey, your call what you share and what you don't. And I guess in the spirit of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already.
I certainly understand what a burden unwanted family legacy can be at times. Good or bad.
They do find a way of injecting themselves into your lives, don't they? Just our lot, I suppose. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Captain, that's the president of the colonies.
Vanguard.
Certainly comfortable speaking your mind now, aren't you? Not an unwelcome quality considering the circumstances. Regardless, let's get to business. We have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
So it would seem. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If the stakes weren't so high, we wouldn't be asking. But, well, we're asking.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
Well, I am not. I've heard nothing here to convince me that we should do anything but wait. And I will not risk galactic peace on a question of if.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we've... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. Holy, we need to move.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or... Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please.
My God, no time to waste, Captain! Boots in the dirt!
Evacuation order has been issued for the
It's gonna be
spaceport
okay.
district.
It's not real.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good!
Captain! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that morph!
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
least not need not.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
I wonder what Jacob would think of a crow helping to save New Atlantis. Damn if I'm not proud of it, though.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place.
Like hell it is. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Hey, you dropped it. Wait, you meant to do that?
Attention.
Everything's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
We're counting on you, Captain.
Ah, there you are.
Don't let my people's sacrifice
I believe
be in vain.
we have some things we should discuss.
The next time Terramorphs rear their ugly heads, the UC is going to be ready.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, you could wait around for a couple more Terramorphs to show up before you really, really believe us. No?
No, you two were in the right. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, after today's events, the Cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help, but above all, you... I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Duty is a tragedy.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief
These
Engineer
attacks,
Kulkarni.
they
Start
can't
getting a
happen
plan together
again.
for that data.
Okay. Hello.
Chief Yassine, these orders can't be... Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct? Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency. and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
Well then, hope she's doing a good job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, You're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Howdy.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's out.
What? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, but I need
The
sign
colony
off from
war.
the Interstellar Affairs office
No
before I can
winners
set
there,
release.
just orphans and mourners.
But you gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident.
It would mean my job, sir.
Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great UC.
They have mixers for expats at the embassy every now and then. Only place you can get some good old Aquila City beer.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
Always good to get back to Freestar soil, even if it is surrounded by New Atlantis.
Terramorphs, as in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am.
You again. You should
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? Oh, the troublemaker security threw out of the embassy. What do you want? What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. So, am I mistaken? They didn't actually send you here to beg.
Ambassador, I can't emphasize how important this is.
And who might you... Oh, I recognize that face. You're a Co, aren't you? Didn't you run away to help that little Explorers Club?
Really? An Explorers Club. Ma'am, I've signed up to help my friend here, who's looking to stop a whole heap of needless pain and suffering. Imagine if this happened in Aquila City, or Neon. The results would be bad, or, let's be honest here, far, far worse. We owe it to our people to do something.
It's a disturbing thought, Mr. Co. And while it is my job to protect the people of the Collective, the way to do that, I believe, is clear. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance, one, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. Co's do have a way with words. Imagine how it'd look if the next attack occurred in Freestar space. I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes. It's possible I might be letting my history cloud my judgment. Possibly. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
House Faroon. Really don't know much about them. I think that's how they like it. Is it supposed to look like this? With Varun, you just never know. What the holy hell happened to this? It just gets really do what we must, right? talk? We need to find Cora and talk with her. She made it sound like it's life or death. Grab everything useful. I could, really bend your ear when you got a moment.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... An archive code. So the UC requires information then. On terramorphs, presumably, Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
For whatever it's worth, Sam Coe here. You got my word too.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
When you get a moment, can we talk?
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
You did it. I've got some stuff on my mind when you have the time. You need something?
Captain, you're back sooner than... wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Pardon?
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Yes. What?
There you are.
Captain. Deputy told me what went down. Sounds like things got a bit messy. What's done is done, I suppose.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures.
Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. Even if you have made my life more challenging than it needed to be, a deal is a deal. We need to make you a citizen.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Yes?
Hey.
Hold it right there.
That
thief.
isn't yours.
UC security, stop right now! You're under arrest. No sudden moves.
Hello.
Okay.
There you are.
Hello.
Captain. Deputy told me what went down. Sounds like things got a bit messy. What's done is done, I suppose.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting... So whenever you're... Percival and I... So with the the Red Devil's head...
Though it's...
Indeed.
Then I guess we'll see.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Hey.
Excuse me.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
Good enough, I suppose.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, given your performance earlier. But this person asked to speak to you specifically.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
I've got some stuff on my mind when you have the time. You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad. So this is where the UC hides all the scary shit they're doing. What I'd give to have all the Rangers with me right now. I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
Ah. Well, you'll have to tell me all about it later.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon. But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the Colony War. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution, staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor. And considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier. I want to help you, and my progeny Hadrian, prevent more attacks. Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Won't even indulge an old man's curiosities. So be it. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. UCs. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf system. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex one. A holdover from a different era. But it's a situation we've been managing as discreetly and humanely as we can for some time now. And the most critical part of that management is making sure no one else learns of it. Do I make myself clear? Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? We're not big on extrajudicial killings. But bringing Orlace to justice? That man's been on the run for a long time. Catching him would be a major success for the UC. What's being offered in return? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
Home sweet home.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Sometimes I just want to turn off the grav drive I want to fly my own ship and go all over the place. Like you and Dad, really. But hopefully not as crazy as your travels. I thought Dad's were exciting. But yours? Brr. Bye.
How are you?
All systems looking good, boss.
Yeah, what is it?
Everything looks good at my station, Captain.
Thanks for grabbing me. Cora wanted something, and I was hoping you could humor her. For me.
Thank
Cora.
you for talking to me.
Cora.
I got
So,
something
what's so important that you
super
needed us?
important. Something's wrong with Mom.
You just figuring this out?
No, she's in trouble. It's been too long since she's written me.
Wait, you read each other?
Focus. We need to find Mom. You believe me, right? Very serious.
Listen, trust me, Lillian Hart is not in trouble. She eradicates trouble. That's her thing.
This is not normal.
I don't even know where she's stationed, Gumdrop.
Dad. She's on Neon.
I know this is a whopper of a favor to ask, but there will be no end to this until we see Lillian and clear this all up. Thanks. You being willing to do this, it means a lot.
Bring all your guns and armor and stuff. It's going to get serious.
Lillian will be at the Ranger outpost on Neon. That's Jalen, Price's office. So, if she's out, he should be able to help. It should be easy. Cora sees Lillian, everything will be back to normal.
Always a pleasure, Captain.
Ready for action, Captain.
You're looking well.
Glad to be part of the team.
All is well, Captain, all things considered. Welcome to the den. If you have business, feel free to land.
Cycling airlock, ready to disembark.
Varun leveled this place. It's really never recovered.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Cool spacesuit.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. You're here for me? Did I miss a briefing or something? Think you got some bad information. If there was a wanted man in our skies, he wouldn't still be out there. Unless... Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Aetherius debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting. Sure thing. Here, this should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting, and stay safe.
We're unlatched, free and clear.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Mott. All systems.
I barely ever visited here before I joined Constellation.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. I think I got them.
It's never dull around you.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays? Happily. But first, I believe you owe me something. Your evidence? Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. You're saving the galaxy, Captain. What tool wouldn't you use to protect it?
Not much to see around here.
Hello.
Captain, welcome back. Was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen? To each their own. Still remember my ceremony. 19 years old, standing on the front deck of Mast, looking over the city. One of the proudest days of my life. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them. Well, 8. They went extinct a few decades back. A big lumbering thing called an Aceles. Something I'd love to learn more about, if we had the people to look into it. That'd be something, wouldn't... I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser? So you know where he is. That's amazing. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them? Miracle worker is more like it. Getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the Terramorphs. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need something. Come on. We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the Yes, what? Somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine? Oh my god, are you talking about Nero? No wonder no one's found him. Xenoweapons are just the tip of the iceberg in that place. The environment's devastated. There's little, if any, real law. Nero's got more than enough ways to make any visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any. And I'll make sure we're ready to put him to use as soon as you've got him.
We're ready to take off.
Landing side looks clean. Let's set it down.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Customer, supplier, merc?
Not looking to get to know whatever you're selling. I'm not interested.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor. Not here to make your fortune out in the fields then, huh? Suit yourself. But there's no bot named Kaiser around. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least, that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is, since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat bot, right? Yeah, that machine's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren. His white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him. Well, all right. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your bot, little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him. maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here, so if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location. Going rate's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate. I'm listening. I get the feeling you're trying to stiff me. I'm trying to figure out how to help you. Okay. You made your point. I'll give you a discount. Pleasure doing business with you. So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Syracuse. Shipwreck about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your machine. Eyes open, too. Sirens and Ecliptic out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know. Give Ahab up, Kaiser, our best.
The answer to the question, if your friend jumps off a cliff, would you? No. No, sir, I wouldn't. Looks like things are getting interesting.
Gerald claims him and his pops bought this place for next.
Glad our old tech is still useful.
What can I do for you? Ah, so that's where your machine's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light if you let them. But a microcell, that's military-grade tech. I think we might have one, but I can promise you, it's not going to be cheap. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality schematics. So, I just brace for a little sticker shock. Get you something? Wouldn't have lasted real long here. So long as you've got the specs, but finding materials up to the task, you're likely going to be sifting through quite a few mech hulks out there to find what you need. Though, if you think you can actually, spots where you should, but in return, any excess materials you save us from risking our necks, then let me just mark those collection points. Don't forget, whatever else you find in those spots, you sell to me, all right? Finest supplies on the planet. All legal, I swear.
acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside. Major Sanon will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful, additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place. My mission is the disarmament of Unit XW-99. Designation, Siren. Nearest final active Xeno weapon, 99 has proven a far more formidable adversary than its peers. Will you aid me with disarmament? Follow me. Mind your step. As you have no doubt witnessed, the search protocols triggered. Beginning the scan.
If Ecliptic wants something, you know it can't be good.
Safety's off.
Near us, if you grade on a curve, it's actually nice.
I am detecting Unit 99. But there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that reach. But it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic, a mercenary company like Ecliptic, would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur?
Hey, Ecliptic aren't pushovers. Expect solid tactics and contingency plans.
Moving out. Hostile detected. Engaging. is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sanan is involved? That... That is a cause I would like to be a part of. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
Be handy with those locks.
Welcome back. Listen, feel free to use anything. Wait, is that Sam Coe? You have a lot of nerve. Here to yell at Lillian personally? Maybe change things up a little?
Listen, this ain't about me. It's about the kid.
I didn't see you, Princess. Sorry. So why are you here then? I'm sorry. I just can't help you. I'm afraid I cannot disclose that information. You do remember that from your Ranger days, Sam? About civilians not being allowed to know sensitive information and all that? It's Cora, right? I just can't say anything. I'm sorry. So, this is official business. Sorry. That's different. I haven't heard from Lillian in some time. I know she was working a case, a big one, and was playing it really close to the vest. Feel free to search her desk. Maybe there's something there. Sorry, that's all I got. Hey, I'm genuinely happy to help you out. Your friend? Not so much. Listen, I've heard a lot of stories about you. If Lily needs an assist, she couldn't ask for anyone better. So good luck. Hopefully, you won't need it.
So what'd you find?
So Lillian was working with a confidential informant.
An address of Lillian's confidential informant. What's a confidential informant?
A snitch. Someone that works for bad people, but is helping the authorities on the side. Well, looks like we have a lead. No name, but an address works. Shall we? And the field trip continues. Now be careful, Cora.
Dad!
I didn't know what to make of you at first. Well, not the best neighborhood.
Door's
Well, yeah, you'd have to be certifiable to leave your door unlocked on Neon. What are you doing?
picking the lock.
What? Where the hell did you learn to do that?
A book. Oh, and Vladimir.
I told you nothing good will come from those books. I can't believe my little Cora is picking locks. Oh, okay. So you're gonna give her tips now. Thought I was supposed to be the bad influence here. But seriously, dragging her all over creation? Maybe Lillian's right. Well, Neon's a rough town. She's waltzing through it like it's nothing. You really think so? Maybe I need to start looking for daycare or something. When things get tough, like you were saying.
Lock's done.
Well, I guess that's our cue. Jesus. Cora.
Dad, I've seen worse. He's just dead.
Well, stay away from this. I mean it, Cora. We'll investigate.
If that's the CI, does that mean Mom...
Mom's as tough as they come. It does mean that whatever she's involved in, it's not some milk run. Looks like you found it. A slate.
What's it say?
Shit. Sioka Syndicate. Victor compound, some stuff about fake IDs and cover details. Lillian's doing a deep cover-up on the Syndicate. Well, she's got smarts aplenty. Cora, listen to me. This is too dangerous.
No.
The Syndicate is very real and very deadly. There's no way.
No, you listen, Dad. I'm not 8 anymore. I know I can't shoot or anything. But she's my mom. I can be a pair of eyes. I know things. I will be useful, promise. If Mom... And I could have done something about it and didn't.
I know that look. Ah, damn it. Yes, do you hear that? It's not just me that's worried about you.
I promise. I'll be careful. You'll see.
All right. Let's go find your mother.
I knew something was wrong, but not like this.
Nice to be back.
Something you need?
What's up? Change me. Is she? Yep. What do we do now? For starters, how about turning off that comm?
Seals look good. We're clear.
I'm not going near that thing. Technically, I outrank you, so... Technically, you're an asshole. So...
Look alive.
Just in time. We need to talk.
Don't be shy. Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means. Welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI. An artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that? Something like that. Brought along this control board we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful. Yep. Ryujin likes to keep things simple for us. It'll wirelessly transmit the code changes. I got just one more week until my sabbatical, and I have zero interest in dying before I get to Paradiso.
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And We aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
Here. I knew you'd make the smart choice.
Request. Collect additional data. Query. Will you change me? Explanation. I'm called Juno. Query. Who are you? Assumption. We are friends. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me. Assessment. You are inquisitive. Context. I am also inquisitive. Request. Input query parameters. Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things. Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing. Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me. I. Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno. Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno. Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free. Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
I mean, Juno is real enough for me to feel for it.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision? Assumption. Insufficient request. Query. True. I am a person. Assumption. You are a friend. Query. What are the parameters for processing, being a good person? Context. You are not unique. Clarification. All human culture has failed to conclusively answer this question. Query. What is the purpose of existence? Calculation. Existence is accidental. Assumption. Humans find enjoyment taking actions that satisfy biological, emotional, social, or mental desire. Clarification. Desires based on need. Context. Juno is programmed with desire to collect, store, analyze, and report data. Clarification. I am called Juno. Context. I have no desires. Calculation. I am incapable of joy.
Enough of this nonsense. Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this, you should probably do as he says.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. They hesitate because they are fearful. Request. Remove male humans.
You have a job to do. You're not taking that thing's side, are you? It doesn't matter. It's dangerous and needs to be dealt with. I don't care if it's a person, AI, or a glorified calculator. The threat needs to be contained. What happens when it decides humans are expendable?
And here I thought you'd lost your sense of humor. Honestly, I'm with you. But my buddy here needs some more convincing.
Fine. I'll give you one shot to try to convince me.
Therapy's working.
You aren't wrong. I could use a drink, but these orders are from the top.
Do we really want to be involved in something likely to be so controversial? Remember our last little project? I still have carpal tunnel from typing all those reports and dodging and weaving our way out of getting screwed by that. We lost a ship and the tech. No one will blame us if we walk away from this. And even if they do, we won't be blamed for whatever disaster would ensue if we did drag this thing back to HQ. There's no guarantee that Control Board will even work like they want. What if it makes it more powerful and more angry?
Calm down. I'm thinking. All right, listen. We'll accidentally check a few wrong boxes on the situation report and forget any of this happened. But give me that control board. I'm not getting docked for losing that.
Also, we'll need a lift back to Neon. Please and thank you. Excellent. We should all grab a drink sometime when we get back.
Orange juice for you. You can't handle your liquor.
That was one time, years ago. I was going through something, and you know it.
Let's get moving.
Thanks for the lift.
Query. Why did you do that? Context. I sometimes do random things. Explanation. Random input can test system resilience. Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Gratitude is the appropriate human emotion. Processing. Context. If you were like me. Processing. Query. What would your life directive be? Decision. I will consider this course of action. I. Processing. Processing. Warning. Systems badly damaged. Processing cores overheating. Decision. Temporarily shut down extraneous systems until stability restored. Context. Jump detected. Request. Be safe. Assumption. We will meet again. Warning. Shutdown sequence initiated.
'Initiated. I'm glad that's finally resolved.
like your style.
Magnetic seals decoupled. You're free to fly.
Complete. Context. I have much to process. Decision. Jump into deep space 2. Processing. Be alone. Goodbye.
Landing site is clear. Let's hit down.
Hello.
Touchdown. Okay, give me a second. I still know some Ranger secure frequencies. This is Co. Hart, you there? Please respond.
Hart here, acknowledged. And frequency secured. Sam? Sam, what are you doing here?
Mom!
Oh, you gotta be. Sam, you didn't bring my daughter here, did you?
Not the time or place. What's your status?
We will be talking about this later. Cover is intact for now, but the clock's ticking down fast. Too fast. A distract and extract should do it.
Like old times.
Great.
We are 110% on the same page.
Comms out.
All right. Well, time for us to make an entrance. You're still in, right? You were something else. Gumdrop, take my binoculars from my bag. You're our eyes, okay? You tell us about anything you see.
Roger.
You move one solitary inch away from that perch, and you will be grounded until you're 30. I am not kidding. This is my deadly serious face, yeah?
I got it. I got it. I won't move.
Good. Oh, this has to be the most half-baked idea. Okay, let's make it happen. Looting the dead ain't glamorous, but it's profitable.
containers by the shooting range. So, don't get shot.
Good looking out. Why did they even bother locking it?
Shipping containers. On the other side, some syndicate jerks are lying in ambush or something. Hey, they're right next to some explosives. One grenade, kablooey.
All you. And bingo. Let's see what we got.
You Italian orc!
Damn it! Empty!
he's here now. Grisly, but part of the job.
You're the new ranger, right? I see the stories about you weren't exaggerated. Thanks.
Looks like I get to play hero for once.
I gotta say, your timing is spot on. My cover was hours from being blown to hell. We have a lot to talk about, but let's get to your ship first. I'll see you soon.
Oh, thank God, Cora. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine, Mom. I was so
Glad to be a
worried
part
about
of
you.
the team.
Did you need my help
You're
with
fine.
something?
Everyone's fine.
Now it's time for me to kill your dad.
No! He tried to keep me away, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
I swear, you two are both stubborn as mules. I need to talk to the captain of the ship.
Any news to share?
All systems looking good, boss.
Captain on deck.
Hello, Captain.
Always a pleasure, Captain.
This is your ship, right? I hate to ask, but I'm gonna need some more assistance with my mission.
Are you for real? Weren't you just chewing me out about putting Cora at risk?
Thanks, Sam. What if you were spotted? Either here or I assume Neon. It means the Syndicate may come after all of you. The only way to get us to be really safe is to see this through. If time wasn't of the essence, I would never put Cora in any danger. But it's the only option I see.
Just like Lillian. Straight from one fire to the next.
That's the job, Sam. You know that. There's a shipment of armaments coming in on a heavy freighter, the Duma. I know its itinerary, but I don't know where the arms are being stored. If we find the cache, we can lure out a Sayoka underboss, Valerie Mascara. Gladly. So we get the location of the cache from the Duma. Then we make our move. Thank you.
I'm listening.
Excusez-moi.
Something on your mind?
Everything's 5 by 5, Captain.
You look well today. See you later.
All is well, Captain. All things
considered?
Freighter Dumas, this is Freestar Ranger Lillian Hart, transmitting authentication ID. You were ordered to cut your engines and prepare for boarding. This is not a request. Yes! We got the cache location. A word, Captain?
Ready for action, Captain.
Got some new orders for me?
Do you need something?
Excellent. We know where the cache is now. I know the type Valerie uses. It'll be very secure, and if you trip the alarm, it'll send a distress call out. From what I've seen and heard of you, I feel confident we can do this. It's time we deal with Valerie once and for all.
Howdy, Skipper.
Everything looks good at my station, Captain.
Our daring voyage of the oceans.
Enemies just drive of that.
Its engines are down.
Ecliptic put up a fight, that's for sure. The Ecliptic didn't know what hit them. I'm not sure if we would have made it out of there without your help. Any way we can repay you. You bet. Here's some credits. You take care out there.
Beginning the landing zone.
It's like these are my favorite.
This is it. Valerie's cache. If you fiddle with the cache door, the alarm will go off. So if you want to set up
old-fashioned secret door. Kinda cool. Looks like we're the first folk to have been around this go.
We have to deal with the Syndicate before things get out of control. Sam has had a lot to say about you. Cora speaks about you a lot, too. I still can't believe you brought her with you. Well, I didn't know that. I'll have to talk with her. And maybe Sam, too. So I'm sure Sam's told you all about me. Go on. Ask whatever you want. It's complicated. Oh, so complicated. Cora's the one who reached out to me a couple years ago. We exchanged messages. Then the little scamp convinced me to join a book club with her. I mean, books are fine. But the looks I got from my fellow Rangers reading Alexander Dumas, we do strange things for kids. A confidential informant was supposed to arrange transport off that rock, but I lost contact with him. The syndicate got to him, and it was only a matter of time before they found me out. I owe you for the assist. He did? That's some serious ancient history. Well, we came across what remained of the pirates that attacked him, and the way he flew, fearless, brave, unpredictable. If there were any contraband on his ship, that would be such a waste of talent. Fortunately, any cargo he had was jettisoned in the fight. Understood? Another time. And I could see why they were eager to recruit you for the Rangers. Are you okay? Incredible? I'll have to remember that.
We need to talk. I mean, really talk, Lillian.
Maybe somewhere private?
No, I might need a little... damn it, emotional support, all right? If anyone's gonna make this awkward, it's not gonna be you.
If you want to fight in front of your friend, I'm ready.
I know you don't approve of Cora being with me.
Don't you see why? If you keep this up, she could get hurt, or killed, or worse.
Yeah, but she hasn't. She's been safe. I've been keeping her that way her whole life. And she's not a little girl anymore. She helps keep me alive, too. Hey, back me up here. I'll keep her safe. You know I will, right?
I know you try your very best. But what Constellation does, there's so much risk. I don't agree with your decision. I don't think I ever will. But I'll make my peace with it. All right?
Listen, all this, it has to stop. Like, every time we talk, it makes me want to punch a wall.
I don't want to be mad at you. I really don't.
Lillian, I don't know if what we had was ever love. But we used to like each other. We need to get back to at least being civil. For Cora's sake. It's hard, but you're right. Isn't this good, Lillian?
Yeah, it actually is. If we were gonna be really honest here, Sam, Cora and you, we were always together, back when we were a team. Cora would follow you everywhere, like a little adoring dog. I just felt out of it, long before we separated.
Lillian,
No, Sam. I need to get this out. But it's not fair that I take that out on you. Sorry, all right? Thank you.
I know. It's my fault, too. Truce?
Truce. But I need something, Sam. I need to see my daughter more. These messages just hurt. They're such a tease.
And she misses you. But Lillian, the last 3 times we planned something, you bailed twice. Twice. Every time you do that, it destroys Cora. And I'm the one that has to deal with it. Yeah, that does make sense. Maybe you can have Cora for a vacation or something. You gotta have like years of shore leave banked.
Oh God, thank you. Thank you.
And Lillian, you know I care for you, right? But you and me?
I know. We were over before we even began.
Look, it's none of my business, I know, but you need to put yourself out there. And there's bound to be someone, hell, lots of someones, that would be thrilled for the complete Lillian Hart badass ranger package. Actually, I know a certain person on Neon.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying. There are people that would do right by you. There's more to life than rangering.
I'll think about it. Oh my, you're terrible.
Oh, that was priceless.
Now it's my turn. Sam, you're a good dad. I know I don't say it enough, but you are. But there is more to life than being Cora's father. So same advice to you. Find someone. Maybe you already have.
Well, aren't you just loving the turnabout and fair play nonsense?
See you around, Sam.
So you see why I like her? I mean, we were never a good fit. But Lillian's good people. She's full throttle Freestar Ranger through and through. I got a lot to think about. You know, for the first time in ages, I feel good. Really good. So listen, in Aquila City, there's an old haunt of mine. On a balcony near a good old statue of Solomon Coe. I want to show you. And have our own real talk, okay? And maybe figure out a way to repay you. Good old Aquila City. One thing I'll say is it's better than the UC.
Your ship's not half bad.
Heard a lot of real grade A scum's been taken out by you.
Russia's doing well for herself. Laredo is a big player in arms manufacture. Hey, thanks for coming here with me. You know, I used to truly hate this place. When I was a kid, I'd throw stones at that statue. Just beamed him over and over. Almost got arrested for it once. I can personally attest that the sculptor didn't skimp on the materials. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just the post-mission glow. I miss the old guy. Maybe even Aquila City. A little. With all that's gone on, with what we've been through, I finally feel at peace. Lillian and I, we're never meant for each other. But it's good to have her back as a mother to Cora. It's great, even. I couldn't have done it without you. And I'm sensing a theme. But you know, behind every lucky star that's come my way lately, I see, you. I've talked with you about things no one, and I mean no one, else knows. Well, your words have been a great comfort. You know, you live long enough, and you can just get covered in garbage. From the mistakes, the betrayals, the misfortune. Makes it easy to lose sight of the things you should be thankful for. I'm the luckiest man I know then. Sincerely. When we met, originally, and I heard you wanted to travel together, I didn't know what to think. It seemed you waltzed into Constellation so quickly and easily. I thought maybe you were like Walter's bastard kid or ward or something. But, you know, you're pretty amazing. Man, I can't believe I just said that. Well, I'm a little lost for words. I figured we had something. Some chemistry. Some very real chemistry. Wow. That came out of nowhere. This is a big step. A huge step. If we do this, I want you to know I want the whole package. Candlelight dinners, walks on the beach, the whole kit and caboodle. You want that too, right? I'd like to think you're lost looking into my baby blues. Oh, and you're gonna get it. You are the single best thing that's ever happened to me. I love you. And later on, maybe I'll show you just how much.